demonstrated body language translation, which we're going to, I could show you the maps and tell you the questions, or I can demonstrate live. Let's see. How many like the live thing? How many like seeing like miracles actually happen? Yes. So we're not going to do that tonight. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. All right. And also this thing called biooptic holography, which is, I don't mean this, but it's like iridology on steroids, but I don't mean that either. So it's a way advanced form of the study of our iris, sclera, and pupil as our eyes translate through this system our thought, word, and emotional patterns into very exact states that we've agreed to. And with a simple question and shift in understanding, we can change our agreement in life. I have finally come to an understanding. I've been home for 7.5 months without traveling, other than tiny little bits here and there. And I normally travel 10 months out of the year, so this is the longest I've been in one spot in years and years and years and years. And I've been doing great inner work, plus great physical work, plus great designing what we're doing. And I'm at a point right now realizing that we are in our final shift. You can turn it up just to hear another one. And how many understand what? How many understand the idea of a final shift?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. How many of you are seeing it? Me too. I'm in it too. I'm just saying this out loud. In our world right now, our economy, our ecology, our government, our political stuff, our how many realize the struggle is getting very boring?
Yes.
How many get that?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And survival sucks.
Yes.
Yes or no?
Yes.
And yet, my view is we've had an operating system of survival, making do, getting by, and separation for as long and as far back as we can really study in our cultures. Maybe some other cultures, yes. Maybe some ancient tribes, whatever it is. And now we're at this moment, I believe, this chrysalis, this moment in time, where, I love that sound, where we are literally, the old self is not going to make it anymore. How many get that?
Yes.
How many know what, it's scripturally, it's called the old man. The old man is like old. How many get that? Antiquated. And I'm not talking religion when I talk about this. And our new self is going, come on, wake up. But how many have habits of, well, I would if I could, and I can't, and I want, and I'm trying, and if I could get them to do it, then maybe I would, but they won't let me, or it won't, the economy won't let me. As if the economy runs on anything other than our consciousness. What? How many get that?
Yes.
How many get that?
Yes.
I'm sure you're in the room. I'm an interactive. It's fun. Some people. How many like the dessert? How many have a sense maybe they didn't like the dessert? Yes or no?
Yes.
So what I believe has been happening in the past, I affirm, is we have been a spectator to some degree. No judgment to anybody. I'm not like enrolling. I'm just saying. How many know what a speckled potato is? How many get a making sure you're all in the room? How many are speckled potato? How many have been looking at or looking for something instead of seeing it?
Yes.
It was beautiful. You just, yes. No. It was good. It was like, yes, I do. Everybody goes, no, I actually am seeing it. It was awesome. She goes, so we're going to get this thing alive for the rest, potentially the rest of our conversation. That's why I love body language. Because everybody, if I'm coaching somebody about their word or language, it's like, yeah, okay, got it. With body language, you're all going to go, when a person goes, I'm completely aligned. And I might, or some coach might go, you just said you're completely aligned. And the person, I did. How many have been doing things that you didn't have a clue you were doing?
Yes.
So tonight, we have the opportunity, and I'm introducing an idea that we can add to our communication system and understand exactly what's going on. And make very subtle and powerful and instantaneous changes. I'm going to check my videographer here as I adjust this light. How you doing, man?
I'm good.
Follow me?
Yes, I can.
I've been videoed a lot, and I used to run back and forth on the stage to see if my videographer could keep up with me, and I got yelled at, so I'm not going to do that. All right. So, every one of us have a body, is that true?
Yes.
Anyone floating around, you won't be able to answer. And our physical body has been called the temple of the Most High Living God. How many looked in the mirror going, really? How many have? Especially anybody who's put some pounds on or lost some pounds or wish you had some pounds or whatever. And yet, touch your body. This is the temple of the Most High Living God. Yowza. How many like that?
Yes.
Wow. How many have been treating it stanky periodically? Raise your hand if you have. No judgment, and just oops. So tonight, we have an opportunity to discover, first, that there is this thing called sacred body language translation. Second of all, that it's not the mundane body language that you might have learned in a sales class. I'm going to get that.
Yes.
Or the one that, well, on TV they have these body language specialists who come on and talk about, well, he was really blind and he wasn't quite blind then. And, that's the mundane version. Not wrong, just mundane. Just like mundane astrology. You're a Pisces? Well, then you should never when you know, because none of that's real. This thing of sacred body language, if we do it right, I'll say if I do it right, if we have a trust with each other, the person I'm working with or myself, literally a question from what's happening can be asked, and an individual will begin to reboot their perfection. All the way, and I'm, it's a little wee-woo-wee, all the way onto their ascension if we wait long enough. A metamorphosis will happen. So let's say somebody has pain somewhere in their body. And you know, a lot of the mundane is, let's say, pain in the left hip. Oh, do you have a hard time moving forward with a female figure? Yeah. Got it? Oh, thanks. That's nice. Feel better now. No. Because in this system, we're going to say, and the question will happen, and then literally, emotion will begin to move into motion. Suppression in thought, word, and emotional patterns will begin to change into motional patterns. How many understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
This is really, really, really big. If we have the consciousness to understand, instead of just like a chiropractic adjustment, sometimes is, you know, come on in every 2 days for the rest of your life, and I believe I can have you feel comfortable. That's basic mundane chiropractic. No judgment. It's just not necessarily resurrecting that person or changing the cause. It's affecting the symptom. What, in my view and experience, is sacred body language translation can actually allow us, like an Aikido move, got it? Like karate would be a block and a punch. A Aikido move would be to take the incoming energy and direct it into harmony for all life. Does that make sense?
Yes.
And how many have ever seen an Aikido master? It is cosmic what they're able to do. Not just to throw them through the air, but truly the nature of it is to bring harmony to all involved. Well, now, every movement of our being, in other words, the static state, the non-moving state, would be I have pain somewhere. Somebody comes along and asks a question, or you study it, you learn whatever, and you ask yourself a question, and if we are aware, we'll begin to notice that our body will begin to do certain things, whatever, and literally if we can track what the consciousness is, our consciousness is, and announce what our spirit moving through our body is actually doing, we can actually move upscale. The fibers of our eyes will change. The structure of our body will change. The oxygenation at our cellular and blood level will begin to change into a brand new state of being. So when I demonstrate this thing called sacred body language translation, it is essential for me, whoever comes up and is our teacher, whoever that is, we are, all of us are voting that person's victory of light. Yes or no?
Yes.
I mean, it's not an option for me to even have somebody in the room kind of like, oh, okay, no, I'll find you, I'll sniff you out in 2 seconds, and I'll say, I love you, go somewhere else. That's how important each person, each one is to me, including that person. You know, if somebody's judging something, they're not the one to be learning that thing or voting victory or seeing perfection. So how many hear what I'm saying? I mean what I'm saying. No judgment, not oh, you're bad, no. Just if you're fully present, stay. If you're not fully present, don't. Everybody clear? I'm not asking you to be perfect, even though you already are. How many get that? How many get that? You don't have to be, even though you are. What I'm asking you to do is just love. Somebody said, well, I don't really know what voting victory is. I said, see perfection? Well, love them. I can do that. How many get that's enough? Yes? And stay present. Well, if you hear, well, I'm not quite sure, or I hope I don't have to go up there, oh my God, whatever, that's internal dialogue. To the best of your ability, say, peace, be still, and know I am God. Everyone say that. Peace.
Peace.
Be still.
Be still.
And know.
And know
I am God.
am God.
How many? That's an authority you can have right now. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
Even people in the room go, yes. So body language is, for me, so cosmic. Yeah. So cosmic. That for me, I have had, literally, I'll just share some of this right now. There's maps and there's questions. For me, the magic is in not labeling anything like a symptom or prognosis. It's engaging what the symptom, not the name of a disease is, and asking a question which elicits or mobilizes the energy into a healing response. And I've had many, many, many times, this is way back in Kalamazoo, Michigan, in the 70s, I just 78, way back, cancel that. And I'd be reading eyes. I had a thing called Health Renaissance back then, and I'd get my staff, or somebody would knock on the door. Bob, you have a phone call, it's an emergency. Hello? Hi, yeah, this is Jan, and I'm not going to give you all the names. And my husband, we're in critical care, we're on vacation, and they've given him 24 hours to live. What do I do? That's the kind of phone call I would get back then. Well, don't tell me the name of the disease, because I am not licensed to mess with disease. Just tell me the symptom. They say he had, no, tell me the symptom. Got it? That took a while sometimes. Shut up, la, don't tell me that. Just the symptom. Oh, he is having this, and this. All right. Ask him this question. All of a sudden I'll call you back. Whoa, something's going on. Cool. So I go back in and do some more time. I get another knock on the door. So-and-so's calling again. Go back out. What's happening? Well, we're out of critical care. But we're in a specialist's office. He's got this really long name. Don't tell me the name of it. Got it? Don't tell me the name of it. Just what's the symptom? All right, ask him this question. Well, I'll call you back. Because the question starts bringing up the memory of not the symptom, the cause. How many get the difference?
Yes.
How many know if we treat symptoms, we're missing the point?
Yes.
I'm not saying it's wrong to treat the symptom. How many like to be alive?
Yes.
Got it? How many like the idea of being alive? So, critical care, first aid, all that stuff. How many like that we have people that run around in a suit and a way to save your life and defib you if your heart stops? Come on now.
Yes.
I'm glad about all that.
Yes.
And I'm not talking about changing the modality. I'm talking about adding in a question or consciousness which defines where we are in the creative process that created or stimulated the body language symptom, and our body is energy or frequency specific to thought, word, and emotional patterns. Clear? So, again, what I've learned how to do is ask a question about it. I'm pretty good at it now. Way back, it might take me 6 or 8 questions. Now it's pretty much 1, maybe 2. And so, I asked another question, bottom line, this one particular one I'm remembering. 3 times they called, and they went from critical care, 24 hours to live, to a specialist with a really big long name, something or other, with a symptom. I asked another question, I'll call you back one more time. Now we're not there, we're in a different place. They sent us to a specialist. But he's not going to die. Got it? So I asked one more question, I'll call you back. And I don't hear anything for 48 hours. And finally I get a phone call. Oh, I forgot to tell you, we're back on vacation. Now, what happened? What happened? We addressed the child within. Yes or no? I mean, this is really what it's all about. So be with just a bit how valuable it is. It is for me. This is so valuable. I'm still going to share it like I'm teaching it. I'm taking this. Everybody got it?
Yes.
I'm a student front row center. This is important stuff to me. I use body language almost every second of my life, just to be aware of what is happening in me. I'll know the second I go off course, and I know exactly what's happening, and I know how to reverse the pattern into what I choose. And I'll know if it works when I use it. I'm still human. Everybody got that? I've had, oh, Bob, you're so, if you can still see me, I'm still working on stuff. I finally got that figured out. If you can still see me, I'm still a bozo. How many got that?
Yes.
I'm just getting the shinier bozo in this. Got it? So I'm going to share this with you, and I'll demonstrate it some, and I invite you to master this material. And let's help each other through every symptom into our victorious life. Yes or no?
Yes.
With ease and grace, yes?
Yes.
So there's a couple basics, and I have 12 DVDs on Sacred Body Language Translation. I have a facilitator training on it. Inside of Sacred Body Language Translation is my whole study of biooptic holography. I now have so much material on biooptic holography, which I'll demonstrate the system tonight, for those of you who discovered that you're up here getting your eyes ready. Got it? And it's time for one person in every community to master this material. Clear? And maybe everybody have a working knowledge of it. How many like to be able to use a computer?
Yes.
Our physical body is a computer. And so when we're scratching the left side of our feeling world over here, got it? And all of you, by the way, are going to, most likely, other than projecting to the best of my ability, once the translator's in the house, usually the emotion body will start to do all kinds of nut stuff. To get the message across, it'll be going, you haven't been listening, so I'm going to dig and scratch so he'll read you. So that, how many get what I'm talking about? How many have all kinds of information that you haven't been listening to? How many of you have all kinds of instruction from your heart that you've been going? How many know what I'm talking about? And then you finally wake up and the symptom is over, and you went, I could have done that 10 years ago. I could have followed my heart when I was talking. How many know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
We'll find out. How many of you now are going, don't move. And even then you'll speak even louder. If you'll be sitting there going, oh, I've got an itch. I mean, it is wild. I mean, sometimes itches come so strong. And this is I can and this is I will for the nose factor. Those that have the nose, this is left side. I can, right side, I will. I can and will, I can and will, I can and will. I mean, and it'll start going, and people will be, I mean, it's wild. I might be auto-suggesting, I don't mean to. How's that? I mean, I can just be with people and they'll come up and they go, Bob, look in my eyes. Their iris, normal color, their sclera will turn solid pink, not red blood vessels. Solid pink. Hello, you can't do that on your own. Just bang, hello. And of course, the white of our eye is our outer world. I'm very excited about that now.
Yes.
And so we can find out what's going on in your outer world. It's still you, externalized in a codependent way.
Oops.
How many have ever mastered codependence? How are we doing? Everybody okay?
I recommit.
The body language is, first of all, the movement of people. No, it is the movement. Way too many songs. Okay. It is the movement, a static state is not moving. Something hurts. How many know that's static? Yes?
Yes.
And it's going to hurt until you or I wake up. Now, if we go treat what's wrong in some modality, you're kind of missing the point. I'm not saying change the modality. Any. Got it? Medical, chiropractic, osteopathic, naturopathic, herbopathic, no-pathic, spastic-pathic, cosmic dance-pathic. Whatever you do, got it? Doesn't matter the modality, it's add into it consciousness. I mean, like the idea.
Yes.
What's happening? And ask yourself a question that'll free up, not the symptom. Remember, the symptom is a reflection. It's not a cause. How many got that?
Yes.
Most chiropractic work, somebody comes in with pain on the left side, where's the cause?
Right.
On the right side. Got it? How many get that?
Yes.
They'll go work on something on the other side and go, "Ah, I mean, I've heard that before. Coming out of me, actually. All right, so to do this tonight, what's required is everybody, all of you are starting to have a conversation as well. I mean, the amount of conversation, micro conversation, how many know you're all having a conversation with me, and I'm able to read it? That's exciting. Not exact. You know, some people go, oh my God, I know you're reading me. No, I'm not. Why? Because that would be bozo. I'm being present instead of going, oh, I can see that you've got stuff going on. No. So be present with each other, be present with yourself, and when a symptom shows up while we're up here, or a movement, there is a magic that can happen in a secure environment, and or by the individual's commitment to their full victory of light, whatever that is for you, whatever that is for you, for the full return, quantum leap of your next expansion in consciousness, here now. And sometimes it's emotional turning into motion. Anything against love is what I call an emotion, which means against motion. Love is the only motion. Clear?
Yes.
All right. You all out there?
Yes.
How many get love is a motion? Love is a stream. Yes or no?
Yes.
How many have ever freaked and went against the motion?
Yes.
That's an emotion. Like fear, anger, grief, sadness, apathy, hate, rage, condemnation, criticism, constipation. Yes or no? Come on, how many have something like that? Yes? Don't raise your hand right now about constipation. That's the fastest way to get bowels working is to talk about poopers. How many know? Even now, we have 3 bathrooms. That'll be interesting. We normally have porta poopers. I mean potties out here for people. All right. So are you ready?
Yes.
About 31% of you just spoke. Howard. So what do I know? Not quite yet. How many choose to be ready?
Yes.
You know, like, what does that mean? Now, the emotional body is starting to go, yes or no? Raise your hand if you can feel yourself going. Raise your hand. Like to be seen. That's the emotional body going. Yes, why? Because it's starting now with the rest of the body language. I mean, here's my plan. My plan is to have 25,000 people with 25,000 cameras capturing every move. And a temperature sensor in your seat to find out what's happening to you. Because right now, any limited, reactive, suppressed belief system is up for review as a possibility. How many started heating up? Raise your hand. Now, why is that? Well, my thymus and my thyroid and my metabolism began to change. Why? With the idea of transforming into something, yes or no?
Yes.
How many thought about that? but mostly the belief of, well, I've been struggling with it for this long. What would it turn? I don't know what it would turn. I mean, I don't walk. I mean, because the limited belief system has been told to be this way. You can't. You never will. It's too much. It's too hard. You're not good enough, and I can prove it. Because you told me, and I'm your subconscious, and I do whatever you say. Yes or no?
Yes.
Come on now. How many have gone, I always work with pricks? So every new job, what do you find? The only prick in the company works with you. By by your consciousness, as we think in our heart, so are we, including bricks. Yes or no?
Yes.
Well, no, I like that. I'm not having any of that. Thank you. I think you get out of my space. That's very good to say. You know I'm not having any. I don't want no bricks. No. Okay. So again, what I'm going to demonstrate, I'm moving up the room. How many get that?
Yes.
How many had emotion when I kind of freaked when I talked about we're going to do this thing?
Yes.
Yes or no?
Yes.
You know, how many are like, all right, so when I demonstrate this thing, it's imperative you share the symptom, not the name of the disease. Clear?
Yes.
I tell the story, Greg Braden, Bruce Lipton, and I did a series of events together. And I was in Irvine, California, 350 people. This is my first time out with this group. And I'm on a stage, and I'm talking about what I'm talking about and demonstrating body language. So, raise your hand up, come on up, whoever it is. There's a gentleman up there, white hair, slender. He's at a mic, on a mic stand. And I mentioned everybody, don't name a disease. So I said, what's your symptom? He goes, cancer. I have prostate cancer. All right, I'm going to go over this again. Don't name the disease, right? You name the symptom. And kind of like walk off the mic and then come on back on. So, all right, I got it. Comes up. I can't pee. Got it?
Yes.
Cool, I can work with that. So I asked him a question about his creative expression. And I laid it very specific, whatever else was going on. He gave me all the information I needed to ask him an exact question. And he's standing at the mic, and so I asked him a question, and it worked. Now he hadn't even talked yet. His whole body starts to shake. And I mean by this, I can't demonstrate what he was doing, but he was shaking in such a way, like a sine wave, that the microphone started to bounce back and forth on the riser. You can hear on the recording, because I'm standing a few feet away, I'm on the same thing, I have this mic on right here. And I'm shaking because he's shaking, and the recording's going. And the room starts, that's emotion moving through his body. He hasn't yet cried, he started to cry some, but I just know what percentage of people had tears coming down their face. It was a lot. Got it? And he finally was able to say what happened and then moved through some patterns. Thank you very much. He sat down. Now, it was profound, and he had major things happen. The big piece of this thing, next day, I come in the morning, and I have something like 8 men who look exactly the same age and actually have white hair just like me. One at a time say, Mr. Stevens, I'm Bob. Okay, come here, I need to talk to you. And they almost said verbatim the same thing. I bawled like a baby all night long. Now, they were voting victory for someone who had a similar pattern, and they were dead, and so was he. Do you understand what I'm talking about?
Yes.
I'm going to tell you one more, because it's one of my most fun things. I'm demonstrating, like I'm going to do tonight, to a group in northern Georgia. And it's a big group, similar to this, maybe a little bit bigger, as Bird's Nest Retreat Center. And I'm just remembering. So I asked somebody to come out, and he's what I call a stoic. Got it? I'll go. I got this thing going on, and I don't know where it was. And so I asked him a question. No. Ask him another question. No. Ask him another question. Do you ever feel? No. 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 So finally I went, oh, some people are stoics, and I'm kind of talking to everybody with my awareness of him standing right here, and, and all of a sudden I just noticed he goes like this. I'm thinking, what's that? It's just like it's not a game for me, man. So I said, what about that? I didn't do anything. What? So and at this point I'm freaking. Because I really don't know, is he kidding me? Is he joking? I wasn't sure how clean he was, but he did not know that he went 1, 2, 3, back his head. So he had a number of people there in his community, got a big player in his community. So I said, well, I asked all these people if you made a body language Language movement. Will you believe me? Yeah, but I didn't move. So I said, first of all, number one, did he move? Everyone said, yes. And I said, and if I asked them to do exactly the movement you did, either it's a conspiracy theory, we don't talk about it. That kind of like, government. All right. Or they're telling the truth and you did something. He said, so he was now like, oh, what did I do? Everybody goes, 1, 2, 3. So he goes, I had no idea that I did that. So I asked him a question about, have you been in survival about something, survival, reptilian brain, medulla, about something that's been going on in your life? Whammo, crocodile tears, heaving, not just crying tears, like that. The room's like, freaking, got it? And his wife died, and he has been struggling. Got it with life and death himself, about missing her. I mean, how else would he have gotten that? I mean, maybe other ways, but how many get just no, because he was in fight or flight about it. And this is fight or flight, where it is. Please vote victory. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
Please stay fully present. Yes or no?
Yes.
And again, whoever comes up, and I'm asking new folks. I know many of you have been up 900 times. So this time, please, and because I love you all. And let's let new, and if you wonder why I have accents, I eat different places. That's a first. That's the first time I've ever said that. And you are what you eat. So I eat a lot of Hindi, I eat a lot of Mandarin, and I eat the South a lot. Southern communication.
Stop making your videographer laugh.
Taxes, no money. That's actually still North Carolina. All right, so whoever is first, who has it current, not a 9,000-year-old thing. No. Come on, stand right there.